So now that we know how to do these ones, factoring these special products, these should go pretty quick. Got our example 6.25. Got our 36x squared plus 84xy plus 49y squared. Okay, so now we're dealing with just two variables. But it's the same deal. Same deal. So I have 36x squared. Take the square root. I end up with 6x. So that's going to be one of my terms in my final answer. And I've got the square root of 49y squared, which is 7y. All right. So now we can jump to our final answer. So we take our 6x, we plug in our plus 7y, and here everything is positive, so we don't have to worry about minusing anything here. There's no chances for that. That is actually your answer, and we can be writing all of these like that. Either one of those are fine. Either 6x plus 7y times 6x plus 7y or 6x plus 7y squared. Those are all going to be okay. All right, example 6.26. Got 100 x squared y minus 80xy plus 16y. So first I'm looking for anything that these have in common. So go ahead and pause, see if you can find out what these have in common, and finish the problem yourself if you can. I'm going to go ahead, and I notice there's a 4y. They all have a 4 and a y in common. So 4y times 25x squared would give me 100x squared y minus 20x. So 4y times negative 20x would give me minus 80xy. And then 4 times 4y would give me 16y. Okay. So now we've got two perfect squares here. Notice we had them up here, but we just made it a little bit simpler on ourselves. Two perfect squares. Now I can jump to my final step here if I don't want to go through this process again. I can just say, okay, 25, take the square root. So I have a 5x. And then square root of 4 is 2. All right, but notice our middle term is a negative, so we know we got to do some business with the negatives. All right, so why don't we just try minus 2 and minus 2? Because when we multiply negative 2 and negative 2, we get a positive 4. Okay, so if we want to check our answer here, which we will, we'll take 4y times 5x 4y times negative 2. That's multiplied by 5x minus 2. Okay. And we have 20yx times 5x, and we end up with 100x squared y. That looks familiar. 20yx minus 2, so minus 40yx minus 40yx. And then we have a plus 16y. And you'll see we end up with our original trinomial. So we know we did this thing right. Okay. Last one. Example 6.27. Example 6.27. This is a quick one. This is a quick one. So here's our polynomial. Notice I didn't say trinomial this time. It's just two terms. It's just two terms. We're missing a middle term. There's no middle term. But we do the same thing as before. And the fact that there's no middle term actually makes our job easier. So we can just take the square root of 64y squared, 8y, and the square root of 1 gives us, you don't really have to monkey around with plus or minus, all right? You can just put 1. But then when you come back over here, plug in your 8y's, okay? And now we have to think about, how do we get two factors to cancel out their middle term? All right, if we think about this right here, we have two factors, an a plus b and an a minus b. This is going to give us a squared minus ab plus ab minus b squared. Middle terms cancel, and we end up with a squared minus b squared. Well, this looks darn similar to what we have right here. So that means our terms are going to alternate signs. So we need an a plus b and an a minus b. So over here, we don't have an a and a b. Well, we have an 8y and a 1. So we need a plus 1, a minus 1, and you can check that if you want. Let's go ahead and check it. 64y squared minus 8y plus 8y minus 1. These terms cancel. That is our original binomial. So these are our factors. Hope you enjoyed the videos.